Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Lands of Lore, the Throne of Chaos. And when last we left off, we've been given our task by King Richard to go to the Southlands and recover the Ruby of Truth from Roland's estate. It is over a significant body of water, but the writ of passage should provide us with a means to circumvent any monetary costs to travelling there, because we are not made of silver crowns. Now, we must head out into the world beyond with exactly the same equipment as we entered into the keep with. We should be okay with what we've got. The keyword is should. This is the Northlands. It's quite a small map actually for the first overworld area, and there are only, I believe, 2 enemies that actually are there by default, one of which actually doesn't walk around. The other one will once it's provoked. So we'll head over here.
The nest is empty.
And that is a hint to say that sometimes nests will have things in them. And this is most definitely not shaped like an entrance we can't get into yet. Just ignore the fact that it's marked as the Doracle's Cave. Definitely won't be going there later. And with that, we'll definitely head over here. And see gold!
There are silver coins in here.
Now, what can actually be here will vary. Sometimes it will be a weathered dagger that will actually just be worse than what you've already got, or gold. In that case, it was worth the same amount, 5 crowns.
The nest is empty.
Nothing in the nest, though. The swarm, however, is the true prize here. If you use it by right-clicking on a portrait, it will summon a swarm of insects to attack your enemies, but it's worth 25 crowns to Victor. And that is how we're going to be affording some very, very nice stuff later. Also, here's a rock. I'm getting some Anvil of Dawn flashbacks just looking at that. But we will, in fact, need rocks.
Is that a pseudo-bushia hugiflora?
I don't know. You tell me, Kieran. Here is a hollow.
There is nothing in the hollow.
Sometimes there are things in hollows. In fact, there is something inside one of the hollows on this very map.
No time to make mud pies now.
Oh, you ruin all my fun, you do. Let's go make mud pies. No, you must continue exploring. Very well. Let us explore. Over here. Here is Lake Dread. So named because it's a lovely picnic spot that you can go and just set up and have a nice swim.
Lake Dread is much too cold for swimming this time of year.
Or not. We won't go swimming there at all. Fair enough. There's nothing there at all, and I'm sure it will serve no purpose later whatsoever. So we've explored almost half of this map, in fact. Half of the map is pretty much filled in. There isn't that much over here. It's a very small first map. So let's head over here and go to the left and... Oh!
What would a beautiful young woman be doing on a road like this?
Hello!
Excuse me, lad. Are you with King Richard? I need to get into the keep and I have forgotten the password. May I go in with you?
I'm sorry, miss, but these are dangerous times.
Timid fool. I will not forget you.
Remember when I said that bird was in no way foreshadowing? That was Scotia. Scotia was trying to circumvent the copy protection on the floppy disk version of the game to get into Gladstone Keep and basically try and kill Richard. This is quite an important turn of events, and we must immediately go and inform Richard and everyone who'll listen, because they'll surely want to know. Here is Gladstone Keep.
What a formidable fortress.
It is indeed, Kieran, and here is its moat.
What a formidable fortress.
That's not a fortress, Kieran, that's a moat. I mean, what about the pathway?
What a formidable fortress.
The tree?
What a formidable fortress.
The sky?
What a formidable fortress.
Okay, according to Kieran, everything is a formidable fortress here. What about the doorway? Ah, that's not.
You may pass.
That little jingle that you heard there, that might have been a bit loud, was the jingle for circumventing and basically managing to get past the copy protection. In the CD version and the version I'm playing here, the protection was in fact bypassed automatically, but you still heard that jingle. Clearly, with the news that Scotia is abroad and tried to get into the keep and then flew away as a bird, we must inform the most rational and sensible person in the actual castle. Nathaniel. Hello again. How are you?
Did you forget something?
I have just seen Scotia. She turned into a bird and flew away.
Oh, no! You should tell Jaron right away.
Interesting to note, by the way, that Nathaniel refers to Jaron as Jaron, just as King Richard referred to Kieran as Kira. It's just a random note that I thought I'd bring up.
Farewell, then.
There's nothing changed otherwise. But clearly, Nathaniel is worried about this. What about Victor? Hello, Victor.
You again. Come to see Victor.
I have just seen Scotia. She turned into a bird and flew away.
Maybe you go tell Jaron.
That's a good idea. I think we should.
You again come visit. No?
We'll be back later when we have a little bit more to sell you, Victor. For now, we don't. Let us go and talk to the guards over here. Maybe they'll let us talk to Richard.
Have you found the Ruby of Truth?
I have additional questions for His Majesty.
You are not to be admitted without the ruby.
Nope, clearly they don't care about the fact that Scotia turned into a bird and flew away. Also, you might want to have a look at all of the open windows that you have here. Oh, I'm sure Scotia won't just fly into the throne room and do something terrible. That was a little bit of foreshadowing there, anybody that could hear me. You really need to deal with your security. But as we all know, Jaron is the most, caring and compassionate of people, who, of course, puts the security and safety of King Richard and the Kingdom of Gladstone first, and will listen attentively and with great concern at what we have to say. We saw a bird, Jaron!
Why are you back here so soon? The king will be most displeased.
I have just seen Scotia. She turned into a bird and flew away.
What? The king sends you on an important task, and you return here telling stories. Our security will never let her in.
Your security is letting a bird that fits the exact description of Scotia that I saw as she flew away sit on your window ledge reading what you are writing. Probably the security detail. Look, seriously, that's probably her. Really, that is her. Don't give me that deadpan, unimpressed look, Jaron. That is, in fact, her. Right there. That's her. You don't believe me, do you?
What are you waiting for? Be gone.
Oh, fine, fine. But don't be surprised if I say that I told you so when your precious security detail gets completely circumvented by the fact that you have blatantly wide open windows and a lack of care for shape-shifting magicians who can turn into birds. Birds that look just like this. Just like that, Jaron. Fine, we'll leave.
Get out. Do not return without the ruby.
Clearly, you have everything under control. Clearly. Shape-shifting magicians and sorcerers, yeah. You could sort that out. You have 4 guards who don't have ranged weapons. And no windows you can shut. Yep, that's fine. That is the worst keep I've ever seen. It is far from formidable, Kieran. It is the most unformidable fortress. Here is a weathered dagger. As you can see, it's kind of rubbish. We'll just be throwing and selling that. And here is something you can actually get from a hollow in a tree. And here is a boar. The only boar in the actual game, as far as I know. Ow! And it can be a threat. Oh, it can most certainly be a threat. Oh, wow! First fight of the game, and it almost kills us. Well, that's pretty much an ominous, rather. Not ominous. Very foreboding. It's a very foreboding sign of what is to come. Here is another swarm. And here is a stick. Do you want to know how good a stick is? Rubbish. So we are not using the stick. However, we shall save, because you never know what might be just around the corner. Like, for instance, him!
Hey, you! I'm taking your money.
Ha ha! He actually thinks he's taking our money. This here is a thug, a brigand, a mugger, who seeks to deprive us of our money. You could give him the money, of course. He does have a cudgel. He could hit us with it. Kieran, in fact, can die to this man. Quite easily. Ak'shel would just kill him with Spark 4. Conrad could kill him with either, and Michael would just obliterate him with the dagger. But Kieran, this is a challenge. We could bluff and say we have less money than we do. If he believes us, he'll leave. Or What we're actually going to do is we're going to absolutely kill him.
You won't get my money without a fight.
Oh, no, he won't. It may be a one-sided fight, whereupon he absolutely kills us. But it might not be. Okay, so Kieran can't kill a boar without nearly dying, but a thug? Absolutely fine. Fair enough, Kieran. I'll take it. I'll take victories where I can get them. Who knows? They might be the easiest victories we get. Here's another rock. We need more rocks. And by the looks of it, here's another swarm to make swarm number 3.
The nest is empty.
And nothing in the nest. Fair enough. Here is the area that he was standing in, and here is a big rock.
Too heavy.
Good thing too. I mean, we don't need a rock that big. I mean, why would we carry around like 20 of them in various bags? That would be silly. However, up here is an area that could potentially kill us.
Why are thugs guarding that cave?
The Thug's Hideout. The Thug's Hideout has 2 thugs guarding it at present. If memory serves, if you let the other thug live and give them some form of money, there'll be 3. These 2 thugs are actually really challenging. You can sneak past them, but if you sneak past them, they will eventually come in after you, and you'll have to fight them with no option of retreat. Like, at this point, we can retreat easily, but if we go into the cave, we are stuck. We could just leave, but there is valuable loot. In fact, there is a really important item in that cave, so, against my better judgment,
Hey, get out of here!
let's attack. And in fact, let's go round this corner, because I don't want to fight both of them at once. But they're both going to come through anyway. Let's fight quickly. And die immediately. Because that's 2 thugs, and 2 thugs is a severe challenge. What we clearly need is all of the things that we can throw, ready and available for us. Let us go and try that again.
Why are thugs guarding that cave?
Second time's the charm, right?
Hey, get out of here!
Hello, sir. We come to, hide around this corner. You, sir, get a spark. And you get various things thrown at you. Hopefully this time, we'll do better. We are doing better this time. Aha! The key advantage of Kieran is that, he actually only uses just enough magic with Spark 1 that he very quickly can actually use it again. Now that went much better. Much better. There's no little cutscene this time if we turn around. We will just see the cave entrance. There it is. And now we shall step in. Into the Thug's Hideout, which has wonderful music. I love the music here. And here's a rock. In fact, I think we might have left a rock outside. I'm sure we'll go get it. It doesn't go anywhere. We can't go anywhere at the moment unless we pull this switch, which opens up this way. We'll be in a lot of caves before this Let's Play is done. A lot of caves. Here is another item that you can completely miss that is exceptionally useful.
A lantern.
It illuminates the area. It is currently full. We're going to need more lantern oil for that eventually. Here is a torn shirt and a weathered dagger. Torn shirt, as you imagine, it's only very slightly worse than an actual shirt. Now here is a pressure plate. There is a puzzle here that we need to solve, but there is an even easier puzzle here. You can even see it here. There's a switch in the wall, and if we look on the map, the switch is actually right here. So, this will open this for the Thug's Key. One of many keys in the game. We'll take this. There we go. And we'll pick up this.
Rubbish.
Except you can't, because it's not something we can pick up.
There are silver coins in here.
A hole too! We're as rich as kings. Very, very poor kings. Oh, we can't pick that up from there.
Rubbish.
What about here?
There are silver coins in here.
I think they're actually a random allocation. Although in this instance, not very much. Now we have 2 pressure plates here. Now with that one no longer with something in it, it actually opens over there. We can't open it with this. What about multiple things? Aha! Now it opens. Now you'd think here there's a pressure plate. You would think that you could actually weigh this down. But that's not actually the solution. Because if we go on the map here, you can see that there's a switch there. So if we go forward, and then forward again, here's a switch. Which then opens another switch, which then opens a third switch, which then reveals this treasure chest.
Locked.
It is locked. Now there are 3 ways that we can open it. We could open it with this key. If we had lockpicks, we could open it with lockpicks. Alternatively, we can just smash it open. Smashing open chests does reduce the amount of things that you can get out of them though. So, if preferable, use a key or a lockpick. Have some lockpicks, by the way. Very early on they hand you those. Here is a basil cup. It acts as a quite decent heal. The number of gems in it corresponds to how many uses it has. This one has 1. A salve? Won't say no to that.
10 crowns.
Marvellous.
Empty.
That in fact is the entire of this small cave system. It is very small. I think that's actually the brigand's loot. And actually as the lantern gets slightly, less full of oil, the light does deteriorate. But we are done here. There is nothing more to gain here. And in fact, there is nothing more to gain. Just checking, I thought I saw a switch there, but there isn't. No switches here at all. In fact, we're done. There's only one more thing we need to do before we leave this area, apart from pick up our precious rock, and that is to go and sell things that we have uncovered. The lantern will not burn out while you are not using it, which is handy. We need to go down there too, but we're not going down there just yet. Also, there is no second boar here. The boar does not respawn. At all. So, into the formidable fortress we go.
You may pass.
Thank you very much, guard. Let us move on and sell various things. To Victor. I wonder if he'll want to buy my stick. Let's find out.
You again come to see Victor.
Indeed I have. We will sell you this dagger.
Fine work, except for rust spot. 5 crowns.
Not bad. What about the torn shirt?
You need for sale that? Okay, my friend. 5 crowns.
Not bad. Do you want this rock?
That not worth anything to Victor. Maybe you have something else.
You are a discerning salesman, and I can understand that you may not want my quality rock. Another dagger, though.
Fine work.
What about the stick?
That not worth anything to Victor. Maybe you have something else.
You know, there are some sticks that he'll actually buy, but not this stick.
You need for sale that? Okay, my friend. 25 crowns.
Now here's where the value is. There you go. 25 crowns.
You need for sale.
126 crowns.
You need for sale that?
151 crowns. And I suppose we could use this opportunity to actually sort out our inventory a little. Get these rocks here, and this stick, and put the healing item over there, the writ here, the lockpicks there. Just sort it all out while we're here. You can use right and left click together to scroll very quickly. But right now, we can just do that. Move that there, and move this here. By the way, the basil cup.
You need for sale that? Okay, my friend. 1 crown.
Not worth selling. Hold on to it. But this
Excellent weapon. 125
is
crowns.
worth buying. The longsword.
You again come visit. No.
It is a fantastic item. It's quite a bit better than what we're currently using. 8 additional might. That's pretty good. That's in fact very good indeed. So there is actually nothing more we need to do here. We are done in this part of the map. That part is only the bit that we've been to before. And down here, in the actual woodlands itself, we have completely achieved everything here. There is only the area that we need to go in down here, which leads to the marina.
This must be the marina.
It is indeed the marina. But next time, we shall go to the marina. We have completely cleared out the Northland Forest. There are no more threats. and the marina with the writ of passage will take us to the Southlands, where we will go, perhaps meet that rascal Timothy, the Grey Eagle, and then go to Roland's estate. I mean, we could go get Timothy. It's not like there'll be lots of danger over there. There's going to be lots of danger, isn't there? Well, at least we are well equipped for it, with this amazing sword. So, trust the video to snip it off the very last few seconds there. So, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.